Bronies.
I like horses, love them, say it again. I like horses and they're my friends.
I love horses, best of all the animals. I love horses, they're my friends.
For those of you looking for me to shit all over My Little Pony and Bronies in general, sorry, this tragically is not going to happen today. And for those of you who are expecting me to profess my love for My Little Pony and that I myself am a brony, sorry, that's not happening either. Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle ground on this one. Personally speaking, I have no problem with bronies. Watch whatever you want, enjoy whatever you want. Have at it. Don't let me stop you. Admittedly, though, I do take a little bit of exception to those who sexualize ponies. That's mainly because they can sometimes take on some pedophilic undertones. But beyond that, hell, whatever, man. Enjoy what you want to enjoy. Whatever gets you through life, right? Basically, I'm just throwing it out there. This isn't going to be an I Hate Bronies episode. This is also a full admission that I am not particularly a fan of the source material. I've seen My Little Pony Friendship is Magic before. It's an okay television show, but by no means do I relate to the fandom. So this review is definitely going to be a lot of an outsider looking in. But just like the cornucopia of other fandoms that have a game, it's out there. I have to review it. Let's do it. Even the second that I pulled this up, I can definitely tell this is one hell of a passion project, complete with full illustrations and some great artwork. Already, we are a step above Blood in terms of sheer craftsmanship. My Little Pony is a game that needs color, and so this game is very colorful with its illustrations, its borders, everything. Blood can definitely take a lot of notes from this game. So, keywords to the creators of Blood, be more like My Little Pony. But how does this whole thing start? Well, with a table of contents, of course, that keeps going. And going. And going. And going. And going. What the hell, man? No joke, the table of contents is 11 pages long for a 140-page book. Seriously, dude, I have seen table of contents for tax law that is shorter than this bullshit. I know this shouldn't be a reflective of the overall quality of the game, but I already had to sift through 14 pages just to get through the opener of this sodding game. Alright, what else you got for me once we get through the days-long prologue? We can all agree that everything is better with ponies. I mean, that's subjective, but whatever. We have one word for new players: relax. Well, thank God, I thought I was being indoctrinated into a cult. And from that point on, some admittedly good artwork. Spliced in with a mountain, upon a mountain, upon a mountain of text. This combined with the table of contents shows us just what kind of game this is. And it's gonna hurt a little bit. So here's the thing. You can learn a lot about the writers of RPGs through their books, the way that they write and their style. It's a lot like auteur theory with filmmaking, where the movie is a direct reflection of the creator's ambitions, goals, and desires. In leading-edge games, you can definitely tell that Nakano's love for numbers and accuracy through arithmetic is the best way to play a game, hence the massive amounts of tables. Despero from Blood had a strong sense of love for his game, which comes through in his writing. The writers of this book, well, they love to explain. And not just explain the game. Massive amounts of text going into the mythos of this world. And most of which you really don't need. You do not need to dissect into 11 pages every single paragraph and subsection of this book. It is so tedious and so painful to sit through. Oh, man. Maybe it's because I'm an outsider looking in, but this is so painful and so tedious to sit through. Bottom line, I can boil down this 140-page game into just a couple of sentences. It is a D20-based game in which you play either a pony or a dragon. There are some subtypes in which there are Pegasus or Unicorn or Earth ponies, but overall that is about the extent of it. It is just open your imagination to creativity of the universe. That's about it. This thing could be described easily in 40 to 60 pages, but for whatever reason, it is double that. And if you take into account that this is a game that was made for fans, by fans, you don't exactly need this big, elaborate explanation of the mythos. I mean, don't get me wrong, you definitely need a little bit there for people who are not as indoctrinated into the thing as others. But you do not need excruciating detail on each subject. It comes across less as, let's get you talking about the mythos so you can play the game, and a lot more of, let's all see how big my dick is about the mythos that I love. But aside from that, how is the overall playability of this game? Believe it or not, it's actually pretty good. Besides the tediousness of the text, once you get past that, you get into a solid game. It is simplistic in its system, it's straightforward and easy to understand. It gets you creating a character and playing quickly. Sure, you can say that it is very niche market, but really you could say that just about any role-playing game in existence. This game's a tough one to call. I keep comparing it to Blood in that regard, that Blood is a game that I really want to play, and I really like the mythos, but the book irritates me so much. It's almost the exact opposite for My Little Pony. I cannot find a reason why I would play My Little Pony, but at the same time, it was still a good system, and it wasn't painful to watch. So all things considered, I'm going to give this thing a crit. I'm not going to play it personally, but if you're a fan of the mythos, if you're a fan of the genre, and you actually want to play, all the power to you, man. Whatever makes you happy. And beyond that, I'm going to hope that Blood can take some points from the creators of My Little Pony on how to structure a book, just with a little less text, of course. But beyond that, I will see you next week while we dive back into the world of darkness. Till next time.
I like horses, love them, say it again. I like horses and they're my friends.